this is Galzeerah. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel, Galzeerah Fitness, and this is a power yoga workout. I'm going to do a voiceover because this is one of my earliest videos and I'm just using my cheap laptop and there's no way you'll be able to hear me at the distance that I have to go in order to see everything. So I'll voice over the actual workout. But I just wanted to give you a heads up that this is not necessarily a beginner workout. So modify anything you need to, but this is a little more intermediate to advanced, using a lot of yoga movements and also just some good body weight strength, power, maybe a little bit of HIIT in there to get some cardio. I hope you enjoy it. We'll get started with the voiceover. Hope you don't find my voice too annoying. You gotta listen to it for the next 50 minutes. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, push the arms down by your sides. Again, stand tall, lift the arms. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, palms down, push the arms down. Inhale, lift the arms, stretch, stand tall. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Tall, straight spine. Exhale, push the arms down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push the arms down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. 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 Try to twist from your trunk. Don't just move your arms. Let the rotation happen through your spine. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, dive forward. Hands to the mat or as close as you can get them and walk the legs, bend and straighten each knee, going at a slow speed. This is a great warm-up for your low back, your hamstrings, and your glutes. Inhale, flat back, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll the spine up, arms overhead. Exhale, push the arms down. Inhale again, lift the arms. Exhale, push the arms down, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump or walk the feet back. 5 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going into low plank on elbows, Spider-Man. I did 20. You're just alternating, bringing one knee up towards the opposite arm. Just do an equal amount on each side. I'm moving a little fast. You can always modify by doing fewer reps or moving slower. You can have your knees down for those push-ups. I probably should have. I did a lot of push-ups the other day and I can tell my form wasn't that great. Now we're just holding a plank, breathing, trying to keep the back straight and come down. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Stretch the chest. Toes down, exhale, downward facing dog, sinking the heels towards the mat. Inhale, right leg up, put the foot between the hands, arms overhead, lunge. And we're just going to stay here. I count to 10 for my breathing, which I think equals maybe 30 seconds. Feel the power in the legs. Try to keep the abdominals engaged. Even though your arms are raised, sink your shoulders down away from your ears. Squeeze your shoulder blades downward. Try to fire the muscles in the upper back. This also challenges your posture. This is a great pose for building strength in the legs and stability in the core. Exhale, come forward, put the hands down, bring the back leg up. Inhale, flat back. I had a balance issue there. Come up. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms down. Fix the pants. Fix the shirt. Shake it out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Palms to the ground if you can. Inhale, look up. Exhale, jump back. 5 push-ups. I do tricep push-ups, keeping my elbows in close to the ribs. Probably should have done modified. Again, my form's not the greatest. It's okay. Some days you aren't the best. We're going into Spider-Men again, or Spider-Women. Trying to keep from a low plank, alternating knee to the same side arm. Spider-Man crawling up the wall. Nice job. I believe I did 20 again. I honestly lost count. Just do as many as you can. Plank. Hold that forearm plank. Try to keep your back straight. Breathe. You can tell I'm kind of breathing hard there. Those push-ups really got me. I did a bunch of push-ups the other day. Probably should have left them out. Inhale, up dog or cobra to modify. Nice stretch through the chest and arms after all those push-ups. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just a couple breaths here. Inhale, left leg up. Find your balance, arms overhead, lunge. If this is too much, you can keep your arms down in prayer position in front of your chest. You can also lower your back knee if you need a little more help with balance. Breathe in, get the stomach filled with air. You can see I'm pretty rugged through the core. I've never been super skinny. I'm very strong, but let the belly pooch out. You want that air into the diaphragm. That's your respiratory muscle. It's just as important as the lungs. So breathe deep into the belly. Try to keep your balance. Exhale, fold forward, hands up, bring that back leg up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, round up. Adjust. All right. Giving you a little salute. You've done well so far. Inhale. We're going to come into a chair pose. So you're sitting back as if sitting into an imaginary chair. Try to keep your knees in line with your heels. Don't let them go out beyond your toes. I've got my arms overhead, which is more challenging. I'm squeezing the muscles under my shoulder blades. Those are your low traps. If that's too much, you can just have the hands in prayer position in front of your chest. I'm sitting fairly low into my chair too. I think my head was down a little too far. Don't look up, but try to keep a nice neutral spine through your neck. Come up onto your toes if you want more challenge. This is working your calves and your balance. You can tell I'm teetering just a little bit. Working the calves. I had an Achilles tendonitis for a couple years, so these days I try to work hard to keep my ankle stability. Keep those calves strong. Give them a lot of balance and lateral movements so that I can keep my ankle stable. If this is too much, leave the heels down. Whew, come out of that, forward fold, inhale. Roll up, exhale, shoulders back and down. Time for a water break. Make sure you hydrate. Don't gulp down too much water at once, but frequent sips throughout the workout. I was winking at you there. All right. I was feeling pretty good by then. The sun was warm. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, flat back, look up. Exhale, jump or walk the feet back. Doing some more push-ups. My form's a little better. Oh, push-up and then Superman. We're going to alternate 5 times. Come up into a proper push-up and then Superman, arms overhead, legs out, working the glutes in the back. Again, just alternating. If you can't get 5 in that time period, just do 2 or 3 of them. If the Superman is too much, don't hurt your back. You can just lift legs or arms instead of doing them all together. I love to work my low back, but you want to build up gradually so you don't get injured. Superman to push-ups. Again, I probably should have had my knees down today by rights. My push-ups look like I'm cheating just a little bit. So even though I've exercised pretty much every day for 20 years, sometimes we cheat when we're fatigued. Inward, upward dog. Inhale, upward dog, I should say. Down dog, and then inhale, right leg up, coming back up into a lunge, and then warrior 1. This is a back bend. So try to arch evenly throughout your spine. A lot of times we tend to just hinge at one place, usually the low back. That can make you unstable in the spine. So try to open your chest and think about curling the upper back into a backwards arc as well as the low back. So we're trying to distribute that movement. It's called extension. Exhale, arms in front, back leg comes up, inhale, look up, exhale, fold forward, inhale, roll up, arms overhead. Exhale, arms down, catch your breath. Inhale, arms up, exhale, fold forward, inhale, flat back, exhale, jump back. Going into 5 push-ups and Superman or Superwoman. push-up, and Superwoman. And again, modify as needed. Modify the push-ups with the knees down. Modify the Superman with just arms or just legs. You can alternate. Those are great for the glutes and the low back. Push-up. If you keep your elbows in, again, like I said, that really works your triceps. Or you can have the hands out and work the chest a little more, like a traditional push-up. They are both good. There's no right or wrong. It's just a different technique working different muscles. I believe one more. Push-up. And Superman. And hold. A few breaths on that last Superman. Good. Inhale, upward dog. Nice stretch. Exhale, downward dog. Heels down. Inhale, left leg up. Apparently I heard a sound in the backyard. Inhale, arms overhead, and then come into a back bend. And again, try to stretch the entire upper back. Try not to hinge just from the lower back. It's harder to get that extension movement in your upper back and your thoracic spine. We tend to get stiff there, but just be conscious. Open the chest, lead with the upper back. Don't just let the lower lumbar spine do all of the bending. This is a great stretch for posture. Exhale, arms down. Back leg comes in. Inhale, look up. We're going to do some core work. Hike up the pants. Get readjusted. We're going to do a series. I was really hot. The sun was really bright. We're going to do a series, boat to bridge. So you can do a full boat. If this is too much, you can have your knees bent or feet on the ground, and we're holding for 10 breaths. You want to try not to round your back too much. And then we're going to twist as if you had a medicine ball. We're twisting back and forth 10 times, or as many as you can get. I didn't feel like I was moving quite this fast when I did the workout. When I don't have to talk while I'm instructing, apparently I move a lot faster. We're going to come down. We're going to go into a bridge. Don't lift too high. I don't want you to have any back pain with this, so even if you just lift a few inches and hold, I'm adding on because I'm crazy. I'm bringing my arms overhead, and then I'm lifting one leg at a time, like I'm marching. Don't worry about the arms right now. Just get the legs. So I'm lifting left knee, right knee. The trick is to keep the pelvis steady. So if you can't lift one leg without the pelvis tilting side to side, then don't try this yet. You just need to develop more stability. I love bridges. I've done them a long time. So I'm going wild. So I'm alternating legs, and then I'm moving my arms. So I'm alternating straight arms overhead. This is an actual joint mobilization. It helps mobilize your thoracic spine. You're using muscles around the shoulder blade, alternating groups. So right arm is flexing, left arm's extending, and vice versa. You're just kind of wiggling those thoracic vertebrae. I did 30 leg lifts, so 15 on each. But again, I'm going a little fast. This is more intermediate to advanced, so just do what you feel comfortable with. We're going to lower the hips. We're going to come back up. This time I modified my boat. I got a little easier, 3 rounds of boats. So my knees are bent, just trying to keep upright with the posture, not round the low back too much. Just breathing and holding, letting those abs work. If you notice, we're working alternating muscle groups. So we do first abdominals and then low back and glutes. You want muscle balance for good posture and stability. So whatever side of a joint you work, we got to do the other side. Now we're going to twist as if you were holding a medicine ball 10 times left and right. Twisting back and forth, trying not to lose that upright posture. I'm getting fatigued. You can tell my upper back is starting to flex a little bit, but I'm holding in there. Thumbs up. All right, we're going back for another variation of the bridge. So again, tighten your abdominals, only lift as much as you can without pain. I'm moving my feet out away from me with my feet together, and I'm opening and closing my knees. This is more advanced. So again, make sure you have your basic bridge down pat with your pelvis level and no shaking or wobbling. So the bridge in and of itself, just holding without moving, is a very good exercise. And if you haven't done these or haven't done them, for weeks or months, some of my variations are a little wild. So that would be more advanced. So please modify. None of these exercises should truly hurt. Good. Go ahead and relax down. We're going to come up into the most modified boat. So you can leave your feet down. I like to do things in a series where you go from more difficult to easier. It's kind of nice to get a little break along the way. Again, tighten the abdominals. Breathe evenly. I'm flexing my toes. I love to work my feet. That actually helped with my Achilles by strengthening my feet, just flexing them, extending the toes, working all the foot muscles. Good posture, nice deep breathing. We're going to twist again 10 times, right and left. And again, if I'm moving too fast, just do as many as you can. Keep your technique. And again, this is more intermediate to advanced. So if you haven't really done much yoga or especially much power yoga, please go slower. Nice job. I took a break here. My hips got tight. Cobbler's pose. Bring your feet in. It's going to stretch the inner thigh, and also I think I just needed an excuse to stop and catch my breath for a second. I'm leaning forward. You're going to stretch the inside of the leg. Bring the legs up. Lower yourself down. Coming up into a bridge one more time. I'm signaling I'm going to lift one leg. Again, just work on a basic bridge unless you've done them for quite a while. So notice my form here is quite good. I need to work on the push-ups, but the bridge is strong today. So my left side of the pelvis is level with my right side. I can handle bringing the leg up. I'm not too fatigued today in these muscles. But again, if you feel like, go ahead and switch if you're lifting a leg. If you feel like that leg that's in the air, if your pelvis is dropping, get that pelvis back up there. If you can't maintain it, then just put the foot down and work on your basic bridge. You do want to be able to sit on those glutes tomorrow, so don't get them too sore, and make sure you don't fatigue and then start overusing your low back and strain your back. So just do what you can here. I took the day off from exercise yesterday, so I did go a little wild. Go ahead and lower down. We're going to come up. Whew. I think it's a water break. Yes, I drink a lot of water. Notice I lift my back leg, so lifting light objects, do like the golfers do. That actually keeps your back straight, so you're less liable to strain anything. All right, I think this is the burpee section. I do fairly slow burpees. So to modify, don't jump. But if you feel up to it, what you're going to do is basically a jump squat. So you're squatting down. Don't jump if you need to modify, if you don't want to get airborne, but otherwise jump, hands down, feet back, and a push-up. And again, I did 10 of them. So you can slow them down, and again, you can leave the jump out of it. You can also leave the push-up out of it. Or when you come back, bring the feet back, you could put the knees down. And again, you see my upper body's struggling a little bit. My triceps were awfully tired. I did too many push-ups a couple days before, so probably should have had the knees down. I'm not doing anything harmful. I'm in good alignment otherwise, but you can tell just I'm not doing a great job of keeping my back straight. Everything's safe, but my form was failing a little bit. These are super hard, you guys. So again, modify those burpees if you need to. You can leave out the jump, or you can leave out the push-up, or just go slower. I did 10, but again, if you do 5, that's great. These will really get your breathing going. All right. I did some hamstring curls, so just lift one heel to the opposite thigh. I was just catching my breath. Breathe. And then these transformed into rowboats. So you're stepping back with one leg and then giving a little jump. Arms are as if you were paddling and you're rowing a boat side to side. I just did that for a little cardio burst and also to let my heart rate calm down because burpees are tough. Side to side, catch your breath. And you can go slower, leave out the jump if you need to. There, arms overhead, exhale, letting the heart rate come back down. All right, we're gonna do some lateral hops. Lateral lunges. So I'm leaving my left leg straight and lunging with the right. Modify if you need to by bending both legs and just doing a side squat instead of a full-on lunge. My heart rate was still up and I felt the need to stay standing before I went down for more mat work. It's always good, I was feeling the quad there. It's always good to make sure, let's switch, we're gonna do 10 on this side. It's always good to make sure that you don't change positions too fast, going from standing to lying down if your heart rate's elevated. When your heart's beating really fast and circulating all that blood, if you suddenly sit or lie down, that blood tends to pool and then you go to get up and you get dizzy and maybe even pass out. So it's good to keep moving, keep the blood circulating. Good. Thumbs up. I felt tired after that. Take a quick water break or grab your sweat towel or do your hair. I have very fine textured Nordic hair that doesn't like to stay in a bun. Stand on one foot. That was my solution to keep you guys going while I was doing my hair. We're just going to balance. We're just standing on one leg. If you need to hold on to a wall or a chair for safety, go ahead and do that. Now tree pose. You're going to put that left foot into the opposite thigh, lift the arms. That's optional. You can leave the arms in prayer position in front of the chest and breathe. If you need even more challenge, you can shut one eye or both eyes. The body has 3 systems for balance. Proprioception, which is all of the joints, muscles, all the nerves in the musculoskeletal system area telling you where your feet are. We're going to switch. Just stand on the opposite leg. So proprioceptive system, we have our inner ear. So your semicircular canals tell you where your head's moving in space. And then the third system of balance is the eyes. So if we shut the eyes, we've just lost at least a third of our power of balance. So the other 2 systems will have to kick in. And then tree pose. So you put that right foot onto the opposite thigh, not on your knee. Try to avoid putting pressure on the knee joints. You can lift the arms and just try to balance. If you lose it and correct yourself, that's fine. Balance is just like strength. You get better the more you practice. And you should actually wobble. If you're doing balance exercises that are too easy, they won't benefit you as much. So you should at least be a little bit wobbly. Come on out of your tree. Nice job. One more water break. I drink probably 4 of those bottles a day. Not all at once, but spaced out. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump or walk the feet back. We're going to do some mountain climbers. So you're just bringing one knee in. I'm going fairly fast. You can go slower. You don't have to add that little jumping movement if you don't feel comfortable with it. I did 40 on each. I have no idea what number I'm on, but it seemed like they went on forever. This is an abdominal exercise. So you want the shoulders and wrists lined up pretty much, not coming too far forward or too far back. And again, feel free to modify by going slower. Whew, enough of those. Come on down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, come back, downward facing dog. Catch your breath. Inhale, right leg up. Bring those arms up for warrior 2. So this time we're turning to the side. We're sinking the shoulders down. Arms out to the side, opening the hips. don't let your front knee roll in towards the midline. You want to roll it out so you're firing your glutes. You can look straight ahead if your neck hurts. If you feel okay, turn your head to the right to gaze out over your right fingers. This pose is famous. If you look in any bookstore in the fitness yoga section, you will see book covers with this Warrior Two pose. We're going to pinwheel the arms down, come back down, bring the feet together, inhale, flat back, exhale, fold, inhale, come on up. Good. We're going to do some more mountain climbers. Inhale overhead, exhale, dive forward. We're going to inhale, look up, jump or step back. This time, diagonal. Oh, I'm taking a little break. So inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. Sorry about that. I think I needed the break after those mountain climbers. So diagonal mountain climbers. And again, if this is way too fast, just go at half speed. So this time you're just crisscrossing, so you're bringing your opposite knee towards opposite shoulder. And again, if you don't want to add that jump or bounce, feel free to make it a little slower and a little lower impact. You'll still really work the obliques, which are the sides of the abs. And again, I did 40 of these on each side. Don't worry about the counting. Good. When you're done, inhale, up dog. And exhale, fold the toes, down dog. Good. Deep breath. I was winded. Those will get you. Inhale, left foot up, arms overhead, Warrior Two to the other side. Hello. So sink those shoulders down, gaze out over the left. Unless the neck hurts to turn it, then you can face front and open the hips as I'm showing you. So you want to avoid that front knee rolling in. So if your left leg is in front, you want to keep pushing the left knee open towards the left. Spiraling the hip open. So you're firing your glutes because they are external rotators. Good. Pinwheel the arms down. Bring the feet together. Inhale, look up. And going for water. I am sneaky with that water. It was warm. I live in northern New England and it's early October, but that sun felt warm. It was maybe 55 degrees out, but the sun was hot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, jump the feet or walk the feet back. Coming up again into a vinyasa flow, they call it. So up dog, exhale, down dog. And then we're coming into a low plank on the elbows, and I'm doing plank jacks. So just like a jumping jack with the feet go out and in. I did 20. My core is a little wobbly. I probably should have gone slower and modified. I still got a killer workout. I'm keeping safe, but as you can tell, my form suffered a little bit. I bit off more than I could chew. We're going to do fire hydrants and work the glutes. So all fours we're lifting. I started with the right leg. We're lifting that knee. I did 20 on each leg. So you can tell I am doing a good job of keeping my back nice and straight. I'm not rotating the whole side. It's pretty much just that hip moving. You don't have to lift as high as I'm going. 20 times, and you will feel the burn on both sides actually. We're going to switch. So your stationary leg will feel it too. So I've got a little extension in my spine, but I'm mostly keeping it pretty stable and pretty still. So again, these are called fire hydrants. Sorry, they are not the most elegant, but it's an accurate name, right? Good job. And these will burn the glutes. As you can tell, sit back in child's pose if you need a stretch. I was feeling it. Good. All right. Inhale, we're coming back to up dog. Exhale, down dog. We're going to bring the right leg up This is kind of optional. Feel free. This is an airplane pose or warrior 3, I believe. I'm balancing on my right leg. My left leg is straight out behind me and my arms are overhead. And you're trying to keep all of the muscles in your back engaged. I could have had my left leg a little straighter. I had the foot flexed. Now I'm pointing it. You can do either. All right, come on down. We'll stand. Catch our breath. I think I was talking to the cat there. He was inside behind the computer. All right, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, jump or walk the feet back. Inhale, come down, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Coming down into a low plank for 20 more plank jacks. Again, try to keep the back level. I'm being safe. Notice my elbows are right under my shoulders, so I'm not pinching my shoulders, not impinging. My form suffers a little bit because you can tell my butt's a little high in the air. That's not harmful. It's a modification, but you can tell I was feeling it. Let's start with the left, and we'll do fire hydrants again. I did 20 again for the second set. If your butt is on fire too much, just do 10. Or do 10 on the left, 10 on the right, and switch just to give yourself a little bit of a break in between. And again, try to keep the back straight. Let the movement happen in just the hips. My form looks pretty good. You can tell I'm a little tired on this side, on this round. All right, let's switch. And fire hydrant on the right. It was also breezy outside, so the distance that I had to be from the computer as well as the breeze is what led me to do the voiceover. But if I had narrated it live, it would have slowed me down. So this video is a little fast. Again, modify, go at your own pace. Good. Sitting back into child's pose. So sit on those heels. I'm fixing the hair again, but you can just stay in a nice stretch for a minute. You may also feel a stretch in your lower back. Try to really lengthen the arms out overhead. You may feel it in the upper back as well. Child's pose is a great stretch for the whole posterior. When you're ready, we're going to come back up to the top of the mat standing. Roll those shoulders out. Quick water break. We don't have too much left to do for real difficult exercises. We'll go into a cool down and a stretch. We're going to do some lateral hops. So you don't have to jump as far as I am. I did 20 total. So I'm just jumping to my right and left, lifting the arms in between. I've started adding in more jumping to my workouts now that I'm in my 30s, just to really try to build up bone density. So just be careful, but adding jumping in gradually, building up is really good. I felt the need to take a curtsy. Nice job. Catch your breath. All right, this is a posture exercise. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. We're going to slide the arms up, keeping the elbows bent. I'm throwing in a heel raise, so I'm coming up onto my toes. I know these as wall angels. I don't have a wall behind me, but if I did, I would just be sliding the backs of my hands up and down the wall. However, pinch your shoulder blades down so that you're using resistance in the muscles that lift the arms against the muscles that pull the shoulders down. I'm always working that upper back. That's going to help with posture. Good. This is also a balance exercise, as you can see. I did 20, but again, feel free to go at your own pace. Don't worry so much about repetitions, especially these body weight workouts. Just do as many as you can to feel it. We got just another couple hard exercises left. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk or jump the feet back. Lower down, inhale, up dog. Curl the toes, exhale, down dog. All right, coming down onto our sides, we're gonna work the obliques. So come onto your side, you wanna stack the hips on top, keep the legs together, and I'm lifting both legs as one unit, like I have a mermaid tail. This is working mostly the top side, so my right obliques, right in there, I'm indicating how tight it is. Good. And again, 20 is my magic number apparently, but feel free to go slower. And then leave your top leg up, and we're just pulsing with the bottom leg. This is working your inner thigh or your hip adductor muscles of the bottom leg. If you're following me, the bottom is the left side. Good. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We're going to inhale, bring the right leg up, warrior two, into triangle, straighten both legs. And then we're bringing the right arm either to the shin or the ground. You can also grab a yoga block if you can't quite reach the ground. This should not hurt, but it should feel like a good stretch. So modify if you get any pain. This is a massive, massive stretch for that front leg's hamstring. If you choose to lift your top arm, your gaze is up towards that hand, you're rotating the chest open. Come on down, pinwheel the arms, bring the legs together, inhale, look up, exhale, down, inhale, arms overhead, and we're going right back down. Dive forward, inhale, up, exhale, walk the feet back. We're gonna do the other side. So you want your left side on the top. I had to think about it. Stack the hips, make sure they're in line with each other. And then we're gonna lift both legs together like it's a mermaid fin. 20 times, so we're working the left obliques. This is more of a Pilates than a yoga move, but I won't tell if you don't. Good job. And again, if 20 is too many, just do 10 or do as many as you can. Now, top leg stays still, bottom leg pulses up and down, as many as you can, or 20. And now we're working the hip adductors, the inner thigh on the right side, if you're following me. Good. We're gonna come back into upward dog. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up, warrior two, straighten the front leg, and then lean over again, touch the shin, the floor, or a yoga block. You don't have to lift that top right arm, but you can, for a little added stretch, try to open the chest, triangle pose. Nice deep breathing, breathing in and out through the nose. Those burpees and lateral hops are far enough behind us now that we're not breathing quite as heavy. We really got the heart rate up. Pinwheel the arms down. Bring the feet together. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Roll the shoulders. Fix the clothes. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive out. Inhale, legs back. And this time, I got a treat for you. We're gonna stay in a tall plank, alligator walk. So you're taking, I took 8 little steps one way and then 8 the other way. I went right, I went left, and then we're gonna go forward and back. And again, my technique's pretty good, but you can tell my butt's a little too high in the air. I was fatigued and just pushing it because I felt good. I was feeling my oats. 8 alligator walks forward, 8 backwards. But it is a legit modification. If you have your butt up a little bit with planks or push-ups, that's not unsafe. Good. All right, one more round of push-ups. Bend the knees this time, just little pulses. I'm just going halfway down and back up, regular wide arm push-ups. I did 10 of them. My technique's much better. Good. All right, stretch back into child's pose, and we are cooling down. You survived. And again, this is a harder workout. This is kind of just what I would do on my own, and I moved pretty fast, and I'm sorry because some of my narration fell behind. Have some more water again. And again, I warned you in the beginning, this is more for someone that's done some power yoga before. But you can always modify it. Downward dog. We're going to push just the right heel down, lift the left leg to stretch that right calf, as I was showing you. This is a great stretch for the calf and the soleus and the Achilles. You want to hold your stretches 20 to 60 seconds. Good. Inhale. We're going to bring that left leg up and around if you can. Open that left hip. If it's too much, just stay with the calf stretch. And then we're going to bring that left leg between the hands, bring it all the way up. Pigeon, stay there if that's too much. If you want more, you're going to bring the arms overhead. This is a massive stretch for your left hip. Feeling it in the glutes, your IT band on the outer thigh. Just taking some deep breaths there. And again, stretching should feel uncomfortable but not painful. If you overstretch and you push into pain, you're just going to make your muscles irritable, and then they're going to react by tightening even more. So you want to ease into things. Come on up. We're going to grab, if you can, that ankle or toe. So to modify, grab your pant leg or get a towel. We're going to stretch the front of that right hip, your hip flexors. A little bit of a quad stretch, but way more hip flexor. Good. And again, don't push that foot into pain. Relax. All right, we're going to come into a straddle stretch as wide as you can. Don't force it. First, we're going to bring the arms up to the side and then reach towards. I went to the right first to stretch my left. It should feel good on those left obliques after that side leg stuff. And again, we're trying to hold at least 20 seconds. And that is from research from the 80s that has not been disproved. We're going to switch sides. Research from the 80s where they studied the permanent and short-term effects of muscle flexibility with stretching, and it was found that for permanent flexibility gains, you really got to get those longer hold times. A 10-second stretch does something for you, but holding 20, 30, 40 or more seconds will do more. We're going to lift the chest, inhale, bring the hands in front. You can come forward just as far as you feel. Whoops, my cleavage was showing. I'm trying to be a proper lady, so I'm covering it up. Not that there's that much there. We're going to just deep breathe, and again, if it's too far, don't come down to pain. Stretching should not hurt. Discomfort, yes, but not pain. Walk the hands up, feeling it in the inner thighs. All right, one more inner thigh stretch. This is a funny little yoga stretch. We're going to come into a wide squat and then sit down and use those elbows to gently wedge the knees apart. If it's too much, just stay in that straddle stretch or keep the hands down on the floor. I don't know all of the traditional yoga posture names. I know this one, I think, has a name that's like 5 syllables long. I just call it the Gollum stretch because I feel like I'm just perched on a rock lurking somewhere like Gollum. Some nice deep breathing. This is good for pelvic floor, inner thigh, hip adductor muscles. There was a yellow jacket buzzing me. That's what I was looking for. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, dive out. Step the legs back. Coming down again into a vinyasa flow. Up dog. Exhale, down dog. And now we're going to stretch the left calf. So push that left heel down. Take the weight onto that left side. Right leg's just hanging out. Trying at least for 20-second holds. We're going to bring that right leg overhead, and if you want to open the hip, that's stretching your right hip flexor to some degree and just continuing with the calf stretch. Bring that right knee forward in between the hands, pigeon pose. You may not want to come down. Again, stretching should be only uncomfortable and not painful. Either way, feeling it right where I was showing you along the outer hip. IT band, glutes, piriformis. At whatever level you're doing it, it's a great stretch. It's hard to stretch muscles on the sides of the hip. We don't have too many natural movements that do that for us, so these yoga stretches are awesome. Come on up. Use your pant leg, a strap, or just grab the ankle or the toes. Again, not to pain. It's okay if it's a little uncomfortable, but don't push into pain. Stretching should be nice. Deep breathing. I had a nice breeze on my face there. I was enjoying the sunshine and the outdoors. Fold your yoga mat for comfort. We're going to kneel, left knee on the mat, right foot in front, and then a quad stretch. You want to try to tuck the hips under. So kind of like if you have a dog or your neighbor's dog, when it gets scared, it tucks its tail under between the legs. You want to tuck your tail under to really send that stretch down the front of your thigh. And again, if this is too much, you can leave your back foot down and just kind of stretch more your hip flexor. My quads have pretty good flexibility in terms of muscle length, but they're always tight just from all of the crazy stuff I like to do. We're switching sides. I always love the quad stretch. Women are more quad dominant. Men tend to be more hamstring dominant. So that's why guys often struggle with tight hamstrings. They use those hammies a lot more. Women tend to be more into the quads. It has to do with the pelvis width, but just know if you're a gal, you might need to stretch the quads more. If you're a guy, you want to focus more on hamstrings, typically. All right, I'm going to do a back bend. If you don't feel up to it, stay right there and just relax and breathe. Otherwise, really lock the abs. See how I tilt my pelvis? Make sure you get that lock before you come up into, I believe this is called a wheel pose or a back bend. But notice that my back is pretty uniformly curved. I'm not taking all of that back bend just into one level. There is kind of a little bit more kind of upper lumbar, but my thoracic spine is curling backwards too, and I'm not letting go of that pelvic tilt. So again, if you did not want to do that, you can just lie with the knees bent and just relax the low back into the ground. Do some deep breathing. I'm going to carefully come down from my wheel pose, bring the knees up a little bit, and then let them tilt to one side. Stack those knees, twist, look over towards your left arm if the knees are to the right, or you can vice versa that if you went the other way. I love back bends, but I do them safely. I always tilt that pelvis, keep the abs locked. Go ahead and switch sides with the knees. And then it feels awesome to do this rotational stretch after. Sometimes I'll get little natural mobilizations. You'll hear little clicks and pops in the spine. And that's okay. If things click and pop on their own, if you're just moving and not forcing it, that's okay. Just don't really torque the joints to make a pop happen, because then you're just overstretching your ligaments and you'll make yourself hypermobile and unstable. Good. All right. I'm rolling to one side to carefully come up after all that. Got quite the samurai top knot going on. Shake it out a little bit. I'm going to bring right arm up, touching the back. If you can touch the hands together, that's great. If not, you just work them towards each other. And I'm just going to hang out here. For more stretch, you look down and towards your left. You're stretching lots of different muscles in your arms and your neck. So triceps, your right levator scapula, that's a muscle on the side of the neck that goes to the shoulder blade. You're a little bit stretching the left supraspinatus. We're going to switch. Left arm up, right arm comes up behind. Again, if the hands don't touch, that's okay. I've got good full range of motion just because I know a bunch of weird stretches and I practice them because I would be hypocritical to try to teach people and not do it myself, right? Good, you can look down and towards your right. Good, inhale up and exhale down. Nice job. Workout is complete. Namaste and have a great day. I'm trying to say that, but for some reason my sound shut off. So good job with this hard workout, you guys. I will make some beginner workouts if this was a bit much. God bless.